I'm like, what kind of society do we live in if we have problems and then we cannot speak about it? Because it's almost like as if Ghanaians talk a lot. And in my growing up, I mean, I used to live in Nigeria. I came to Ghana, and I've seen that. I mean, the little difference is that the Nigerians are way more outspoken. Ghanaians are more reserved on the inside. And then you see so many intelligent women like you. I find myself with women who speak intelligently, and ask myself, to what end? You know, how much further are we going to keep talking before there will be action? I mean, for example, I recently lost my sister-in-law because of negligence in the hospital. Something that I felt, if she was outside the country, even if she was going to go, not the way it happened. Because it's almost like as if, okay, they bring your child or your patient to the hospital and nobody seems like you're a burden. And I'm like, look at what you do. I see the things you do. I see people donating to what you do. I'm like, how does Afi do this all the time? I remember one post you one of the cases you had where the child died. I mean, I could see the disappointment. It was crazy.
It was.
You know, and you were that accountable to say, you know what, though the money, the surgery couldn't happen, we're gonna use the money, the family will use it and all that. But Afi, how long? What does it take for us to actually do the right thing?
We just like to talk and not act. Like,
and
I think most of these things happen because people don't take doctors on, the hospital on, like, and it all boils down to the fact that the individual doesn't have money. You know, most of the times, if the doctor has money and can pay people off, you know, Ghana there,
actually,
it is brown envelope.
So I was told, you know,
yeah.
Afi, guess what? So when my sister died, I began to, you know, people came and we were talking about it and all that. Can you believe somebody told me that in a particular hospital, a very popular one, they said if you don't bribe or pay the doctors and nurses, don't attend to your people. Now you're paying normal fees, but you still have to tip.
Yes.
And I'm like, what is happening in Ghana?
Yes, Charlie.
I'm wondering.
It's sad, but that's the reality we live in. Like, so if you don't have money to take your someone who is sick to a very good hospital where you know they can take care, like a private hospital that they can take care of your patients, then you know when you go to some places they will die.
So I wonder, so what you're saying is, okay, fine, people need money. What happens to compassion? What happened to the code of being a doctor and a nurse?
I have no idea. You know, I saw this post on Facebook, a 31-year-old lady who died, and she was married only for 6 months.
Goodness.
And ask me what happened.
Please, what happened?
So she went to do a surgery, and the doctor, I don't know whether mistakenly or whatever, cut her intestines, and they sewed her back without, you know, telling them. So the girl fell sick along the line. Oh my God. So the father remembered, go check it, be a surgery, no. You know, when they went to the hospital to check, you see feces and everything is mixed up in her tummy, everything.
Her system.
Everything is mixed because they cut the intestines. How in
God's name could they do that?
She died, 31-year-old, beautiful girl, married for 6 months.
And so what has happened to the case?
Oh, yeah, famanyami.
Hey!
Yeah, famanyami. You see, that is it. Like, and even if you follow the case, so a lot of people rather just leave it like that.
You know,
that is the problem.
Because of what you are saying, so our friends abroad who say they want to come to Ghana, because they see what we do. So social media is very deceptive, right?
Yeah.
I want to come to Ghana, I want to settle in Ghana. I say, please, I don't have a problem. As you come with your medical system. And they're like, what am I talking about? I said, listen, if you don't want to die before your time, some of us is by grace that we are here. But if you don't want to die before, look at the women who die out of childbirth. You know what I'm talking about. Why should women die?
It shouldn't be the case.
I mean, the statistics are...
You are going to give life and then you die.
You die.
Like...
The statistics are... And nobody is intentionally getting up to say, I will do something about it. Thank God for NGOs that, you know, decide that, okay, they want to take things up.
Yeah.
You know, I was even asking you recently, what happens to... Why don't you have this connection with Doctors Without Borders? Can we have doctors in Ghana, in Africa, that will decide that, listen, let's pick up this stuff and say, let's help out. We're not going to be limited to any four walls of a clinic or hospital, and change medical care in Ghana. You know, I'm looking, you know, at that happening, you know, very soon, because if not, the generation coming out, I don't know. So like, what is going on, Afi?
I don't know. when that will happen. We just keep hoping. Like the little we can do to help, we are doing it. But it's I don't know how to put it. And poverty too has made the thing worse. Like,
tell me about
my
it,
last
sister.
project I worked on, the baby died because the woman stayed home for too long. And the doctor said nothing can be done for the baby. 1 year with hydrocephalus. The head is full of water. The brain left is very small, and they can do nothing about it. So she has to go home and wait for the baby to die. 2 days ago, she called me in the afternoon. The baby is no more. Yeah.
Hey.
And she has already lost 2 of her children. So
how? Why?
Yeah, the first one was in 5 years. So was with this and 5 years. Was in I'm in the hospital a week time now. The second one was 1.5, died of malnutrition. Can you imagine malnutrition
in this 21st century?
I'm telling you. Until the last baby Naya had hydrocephalus, the baby also died.
Besides this woman coping. Her emotions, I can't believe it.
The mommy and son are gone.
She's married, like her husband is still with her.
The man is not even married to her. They are living together, not married.
Hey, women in Ghana, when are we going
in some village in the Volta region?
Oh, I can imagine that system here. Then talk about taking this when you even hear about the issues of the latest pandemic, not COVID though.
Which one?
Abuse.
Women being abused by their spouse.
My sister. The stories are endless. I mean, you need to see the story. Actually, I belong to, or I have a friend in the UK who I say my big sis. So we do something on relationships. We try to mentor people to have to develop values, you know, their relationships, building relationships on values and all of those things. Because I mean, the rate of marriages these days, you know, people don't seem to value marriage now. It's almost like as if society demands to get married
by force.
So at this age I have to be out of my house, I have to have a ring and all of that. But then nobody is talking about the problems, the cracks, you know, in the system. I mean, I am one person who advocates for happy marriages. I'm not married yet, but then I love to see people happy. I love to see people in love genuinely with people that have the same mindset, the same values, walking through the storms of life together, becoming better at it. But I feel it's almost like as if marriage is not a charade. Like,
Charlie,
everybody is doing it. It's not, what is going on?
Everyone is, you know, society. At the end of the day, a society will tell you at this age, by this age, you are supposed to be married. So I have a friend who cries because she's not yet married.
You're kidding.
She's my age, like we are age group 39 years, and you know,
so obviously, the pressure.
So she's so worried, she'll cry. Like, I'm like, Charlie, enjoy your single life until it comes along. If you're not inside, you won't understand. Now me can't say that is what not like think. That, my sister. Enjoy your single life until it happens. You know, society puts too much pressure on women. And when you did 28, why was it? By then, when you'll be a so worry so a childbirth is another thing. Hey. It's crazy. Like,
it's like a woman's lifestyle is on a clock. Everybody just has it. Like, okay, at this level of your life,
seriously. So I did a post on Facebook, I think on the 31st December. And people started inboxing me, why am I getting divorced? What is the problem? Why am I saying marriage is overrated? And even some pastor came at me and was like, hey, I have a lot of following. Why did I say marriage is overrated? Why, if I'm having problems with my marriage, why should I come out and say pastor? He went on and on. I'm like, you should ask me why I said that so that I can explain to you. That is my opinion. You can also go and write yours on your wall. Why? Is it by force? That's what I think, and I've put on my wall. Why do you have a problem with it? Like, seriously? I think marriage is overrated. You know, like the way people make marriage look like
it's a do or die affair.
It is not like that, you know. People make marriage look like Charlie. Everything is rosy. There's no problem, my dear. I bet one say, "Obi ko toothpaste keke no cry Emma awarija
that matter."
Seriously, I'm telling you. But I'm of the view that people should live together for some time before they get married. Because I think, just the normal relationship. He also comes to you. You know, you are all trying to look. But when you live under the same roof, that's when you see the true person.
But
the person can hide some things, but you will see
I was
most.
coming there.
You will see most of it.
But I feel there's another issue. There are people who have cohabited for a long time, but still gotten married and still have had issues.
But I think that will reduce the rate of divorce. Because you get to know so many things, and now you decide, no, the way I'm a guy, yes, I'm seeing it, so I think I don't want to get married. Then you move on. But you wouldn't know, you now get married. Now you want a divorce, you are scared because of what society will say. Say, divorce, the tag divorce, then you are sitting, you are just in it, managing it, whilst you are not happy. You understand? You want to go, like you want to leave the marriage, you want to go out of it, but you can't. You understand?
But on the same vein, there are people who have not cohabited, but 50 years.
I know.
60 years.
I know.
So let's ask, what do they say that makes it work out? What are the tenets or the values they share that actually makes marriage work? Let's not say, because now it's going to be an issue of values now, whether you cohabit or not. And all the, you know how it is, how people take advantage of you cohabit and
my
give
sister,
that stuff.
if you don't cohabit,
what happens?
If you are just relationship you have sex anyway. My sister,
well, I get what you mean. But it still boils down to value. Some people still would be celibate to the marriage, but I don't want us. I mean, it's a choice, it's a decision for people. But the question is, as a woman, there's pressure, get married. First of all, a woman, we forget that we are women. We forget that we are human beings. Now people will say, don't just say you're a woman, you're a human being. Why? And I'm like, it got to a point like, it's true, because I feel when you keep saying I'm a woman, like, who's taking your rights from you? Woman rights, woman rights, fine. But I have never, personally, I've never been affected by that before. I've never had to fight for what I wanted. I don't know why, but I've never had to feel pressure that I'm a woman, I've not gotten it. I think that it's the way we think. Even in when you are even when it comes to you dating, you attract who you are, and what you cannot settle for. When you relate with people, that's why your social skills have to be very intelligent. When you relate with people, obviously people, if somebody says time is that thing that allows deception to reveal itself. But there are certain things, there are certain things people say. For example, why do you have the friends around you've had for years? Why are they in your life? You don't have to stay with them to even know, but they've shown commitment. And life is a risk. So
everything
being a woman
is a risk.
First of all, being a woman is a risk. Now come down to the stereotyping. Come down to the fact that the limitations about being a woman. Look at you, for example. Nobody can tell you are married until you say it. I didn't know you were married until on social media you posted it. Okay. You didn't. So neither did I think you were single. My mind was never on Afi is single or married. My mind was on Afi is making an impact. So I've admired you from afar. Afi is a model. A model, then I got to know she's married. Like, hey, wow, now there's this thing. Models cannot settle. But you've changed the status quo. Why did you not limit yourself? If anybody to ask you, so Afi, why are you so awesome? Why are you still a woman, a social entrepreneur, a model, a mother, a wife? Why are you that? Why did you not just give up and say, you know what, marriage is crappy, or you're married, Charlie, I can't stress myself, I have kids. What made you do what you do? Why are you doing it? What is the difference between you and a woman who gives up? If I were to ask.
Well, I think we all have our priorities. So individually, we all know what we want, and we go for it. At a point, my mom was very worried that I was not getting married. She would be like, so when am I getting married? When am I having my grandchildren? I'm like, mommy, wait, why now? I know any market you understand? Tell her. And she was so worried. So finally, when I told her I was getting married, you can, and now children are semaba. Now it is the childbirth issue, and I don't want to go into my marriage, but I think individually, everyone knows what he or she wants. Absolutely. And they go for it. So for me, I felt that it's about time that I settle down, because I'm growing, and it's not like I don't have people chasing after me. But the fact that Ube identify the right person, even that saying you've identified the right person, but that's something that you have to find out. A question mark.
It's a risk, my sister.
I'm telling you, it's still a question mark. So I would say I just felt that it was time for me to get married, and it happened for me, and I did.
If you end up in an abusive home and you have these problems, how would the man, or where would the support you need be given to you? Because for you not to enter into depression, the evil already ahead, the life will happen.
Yeah.
They go and marry somebody that will abuse you on top of it.
I'm telling you.
So how do you handle the
hell.
pressure of life,
Yeah.
of marriage, for example, and then deal with abuse at the same time?
Yeah.
And then you tell the woman she should stay. Why?
I don't know.
Then you call, then you know the funny. Then it's the pastors. I respect pastors who understand these things. They're the same, but there are some pastors I don't understand. Forgive him.
Yeah.
Marriage is forever.
Don't forget, you said for better, for worse. So this is the worst. Try and man. But you know that advice now, woman pay. And yet.
Somebody asked me a question. If your father you got married to the person, you went to the fridge and opened the fridge and you saw dead
human heads,
would you stay married? If you marry the person, you are Christian or you believe or you are would you marry the person?
I won't even let him know that I'm leaving. I'll pack and leave.
So sometimes people need to understand that. Listen, those who believe in God's word about divorce and marriage, we're not changing it. But you see, this world we live in is so not perfect. I always say that some marriages ended from before the altar.
Yeah, before it started, it's
ended.
Yeah.
You listen, you can't, because if you enter into the marriage with a particular mindset as a woman, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Now, marriage failure is not the end of the world. If some people too, you've seen a woman who has married immaturely, then she and the husband have had to struggle, but because like the willingness.
Yes.
So they've grown and they've decided that you know what, we need to relax, take a chill pill, and let this work.
Yeah.
Then you are fortunate. But the other people in the same pressure that they break.
It doesn't work
because they don't have the energy. And then they have to go through life to learn lessons. Some people I read this story of this Nigerian popular guy. After how many years of the divorce, they're back together again. More than 20 or 30 years. And I conclude, I'm here to hear the story, but I can conclude that when they got married, they were not mature.
Yeah. So now
they've gone through life
and understood.
And for me, I always say, in marriage, there's the person you can live with.
Yeah.
So if you go through life, and even if life shakes you,
there's someone.
There's that person that gets you. I believe in soulmates. Yeah. Some people don't, but it's a personal belief. If you find out soulmate of yours, if you are lucky to find it, so you are blessed to find a soulmate, no matter what happens, you can go and come back. The person will be there, but it has to do with your attitude.
Yeah.
You won't go to the next level if you're not ready for it. So sometimes when we go into, as a woman, my life is centered around marriage, children, a man, and you forget that, listen, Jada Pinkett said something that I really valued. She said, listen, she didn't understand that until she's happy, she cannot be relevant to her family.
Yeah.
That thing hits me. Hey, she's been a mom, you want to give your life. It's normal. You want to give your life to your husband and your children. Everything about them is you. She noticed that she wasn't happy. And I think she felt guilty because you feel that if you are married and you do this, you should be fulfilled. But she wasn't happy. A whole celebrity actress was suffering, and that's the little things that lead to the depression.
Yeah.
Until she noticed that I am first a human being, a woman, before I'm a wife and a mother.
Exactly.
But then many of we women don't get that. So when we enter abusive homes or we find ourselves there, we stay there forgetting that we are human beings first, women next, before
any other thing. Yeah.
So I think our mindsets are just, oh my God, the African setting too doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
Go and tell your mother that you don't say that. You let me teach you how to. Are you cooking well for him?
Maybe you're not doing something well. Papa.
That's matter. Oh my God.
How many years? Now, Papa or Nyemi. Let me tell you. Do you know what your father has done to me that I'm still in this marriage? Now they can cry with. You see?
This is the problem.
People are suffering. My advice to people in abusive marriages and relationships is ask yourself, are you worth what you are going through, or are you looking out for yourself first? Even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. It didn't say that love your neighbor more than yourself. So first you have to look out for yourself,
because you can't give what you don't have, isn't it?
No. So look out for yourself. Are you happy? Like, if you are not happy, nigga, get out of there, man. Shit.
I like that. Seriously. But
If you're not happy, please leave. Leave before it ends up in something else. At the end of the day, in calamity, no one who now take care of the children.
And a woman who will not care for those kids.
In calamity, no one who will take care of them.
And you know, my counselor, one of the counselors in our team said something. Said, listen, it's you don't. There was a way she put. I'm trying to remember, but I'll paraphrase it. She said something about, you are staying for the kids. What if you need to leave for the kids?
Bam.
You know, because the kids cannot grow in such an environment. The boy will grow up and do the same. He will think it's okay.
It's normal because that's what he grew up seeing. My dad always beats my mom, so me too. When I marry, I'll beat my wife.
You see,
yes.
A woman too says the mother taking abuse is normal, and so that's
it. It just keeps going and going. Charlie, if we have to be good examples to our children, like good examples. Like me, for instance, my son, I sometimes make sure say my husband cooks sometimes.
Great,
he washes so sometimes. So that no one will say, enye obankwa na yeju eduane ma ni yeye. Enye obankwa na senior mama ni yeye. A man also can do it. So when I take him to my father's place, I tell my dad, please teach him how to cook.
Wow.
So when on vacations, when I bring him back, he's like, Mommy, I know how to do rice and beans. I know how to cook this. And I'm like, who taught you, Grandpa? So I've written it, the steps. Yeah. You see, he has to know that all these things are normal for
Blessed is the woman that will meet him in future. That is it.
Bema can do it. It's not only for a woman. Yes. It's not only for a woman, Charlie. Although my husband can't really cook. At least
but he knows what he can
rice.
do.
Rice, me stew. Into that man befi entem on boy no ofia. He will cook for them to eat.
That is it.
Yeah.
As simple
you
as
won't
that.
have to wait for the wife to come home tired from wherever I'm coming from. You are both waiting for me to come and cook.
You know there are men that don't eat food in the fridge.
They want fresh.
If a man marries me, the man.
Oh, but then when you come home, quick. No, Uba no why?
Oh, no. Every single day I come and cook fresh food for you. Every single day.
Hey,
then
boy.
As for reporting, report me. Report me, sir. If not, you get a chef.
Bam. Hey, there was this story. Let me end this with this story. Auntie Jifa Gumashi.
Yes.
Wrote something on Facebook that I read some time ago. It had to do with a friend of hers who passed away. And this woman is someone who is always like, they are children. So even if there's an old school gathering, she doesn't come. Like she's unable to attend social gatherings. Like, so she fell ill and died. So Auntie Jifa said she was worried for the husband because this woman lived for the family. Like, so how would the husband cope? Because it was the woman doing almost everything. So she said she called the man. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, we are fine. So how is everything? I've been worried about you. How do you cope with taking care of the children, cooking? Oh, he has hired a maid. He has done this. He has that. Life goes on. Wahai maid. Two maids.
So when she was alive, he wasn't.
No, and she was doing all those things. And she was not living like life. She couldn't go out with friends. She couldn't do anything. It was just, friend, I have to go and pick the children. I have to do this. Oh, this weekend I won't be free. So she never lived, and she died. The man is moving on. I say, when you have two maids, he's paying them and they are taking care of the children. They cook, and so he's fine. Oh, she shouldn't worry about him. He's fine. No, see, woman, live your life. Why? That was advice she gave.
Hey,
be there. Be there. And your children and your husband, be there.
Wow.
What for two maids?
He's moved on.
Two maids. And I'm sure he's even spending more money.
But obviously.
But when the wife was there, I'm not sure, to say she was doing all these things. The woman is gone.
I think when you think that what you have is the best thing that's ever happened to you, nothing else better can happen, then, you stay in situations like that because I'm like, don't you value yourself? Anyway, they'll tell me, Emma, it's easier said than done. That's what you hear. Emma, easy for you to say, but and I think it's the courage. I always say, listen, it's courage.
People
you
don't
lack.
have the courage. Yeah.
If you don't have the courage, you cannot leave a situation that is not serving your interest. And I can understand that. Trust me. I mean, everybody goes through fear.
Yeah.
Hey, if I leave this relationship, the question is, how do I start again?
Be there. Where? See, let me tell you something. When I wasn't married, and I was dating this guy. We lived for some time together for some time. We started buying things for engagement and me say me bium na yeja because he didn't really like what I was doing in terms of the modeling, and he's that prefer like say enye gospel rock show a onko. Inti say yeah show be a was me call interviews near there. He won't go with me. So kind. And I'm like, Charlie, and any parents who I say, I remember when the first time I was going to visit them in my parents, now the Mikocha ni parents, so I had to go and stay there for the weekend. He was like, please, when you are coming, don't wear nails, and bring long dresses.
Well, what church was that? Let's not mention the church.
I'm like, do you want me to pretend to be someone I'm not? They need to know me for who I am. Like, how long? Let's say if we get married and one day woman me best rami now I bet to na me nails are.
You have to remove all.
Like
seriously,
it doesn't make sense to me. You understand? And me nyani ujai in there. I'm not scared. Say say you have to grieve small. You have to wait small.
Hey, really?
You just left into to book akra me. Another one come right now. I go enter.
I should call you Vim lady.
Hey, I go enter. So my friends like, hey, Afi, how do you do it? Like, and I'm saying, Masa, in Swafa me dan just mami no.
Oh wow.
Of course, life is a risk. For all you know, that person me onu poko out. That would be the better one. But me tiwasa me see me grievy. Oh, me break it up in chair and timpacho. Please, you let me no akonyo before from me. Kenebia, he was the correct person. I will go anye ya mejai. 100 times na meko na mejai. I meko 100 times mejai.
I like your babe.
Oh, please.
But you see, that's the key word, courage.
No.
Understanding that what happened to you, you are in a relationship that is not helping you. Okay, you don't have money. I think this is finally, if I were to wrap this thing up, the woman says, I can't live because I'm not working. I obviously she won't want to leave the kids with the man. She wants to take the child with him. So she has no job. She's not working. So she has to stay.
Yeah.
And I think this is
But there's a plan. You can leave and still be coming to visit your children. They can also visit you. Like, your life matters. Like,
you know, but it's not easy. Not everybody can live.
It's not easy,
so their children, you know, to be honest, it's not easy. But I have seen women who, I have a friend who she had the same situation. She took her, I mean, God being good, and I think women need to understand something. Have a strong network. You know, so that when you are in trouble, there's somebody you can call and can support you.
Yeah.
So when I can, you know what, listen, you can't die here. We are all bringing money to rent. If it's to rent 1 year, we'll do it
for you.
Oh, if it's to get you a job, you need. You see, but when you get married and you live in your house, your husband is all you know.
Do you know some people? So when they get married, their parents advise them, so they keep to themselves. I have a friend like that. We were a group of like 5 friends. On no warrior first amongst us. Or warrior and only any asemubium. Like even one of our friends' father died and we were supposed to contribute. She didn't come to the funeral. She didn't contribute. I'm like, hey, I am born some for seriously, because sometimes in some my catch us sometimes one can a dream one can take a decision for your own. Don't let people decide for you. You understand? You knew us from secondary school. We've been friends all this while, and now you just like, you know. Then after marriage, like we don't matter anymore to you. Like up till now. Seriously,
maybe she's happily married. The man is not giving her problems.
You?
Well, we hope that it remains that way anyways. Because it's not a cool thing at all. But I think that women, the limitation we put in ourselves is what causes us to stay in those kind of relationships. I can't do anything. I have kids. I'm limited. I can't live my life. But you see, I think that women need to understand that if they look within themselves, they can find a way out. This is another problem. They don't ask for help. Afi, we don't ask for help. They are beating you, and you are quiet. You see, if you don't see it through, you will not go through it. You know, so it's either you die or you get depressed. At the end of the day, your life becomes miserable. You know, and when that happens, the man himself is the one that will not find you attractive anymore, and then he leaves you. So why are you doing that to yourself?
And I think society should stop the pressure.
They won't stop.
They make it look like if you've accomplished so like everything, when you're PhD, when you're and you are not married, you are useless.
I mean,
so marriage has to validate a woman.
People use these words that the woman is not respectable. That's the I'm like, are you
so
kidding me?
So if you're not married, the master's degree and all the accomplishments, like you are your own boss, you have your company, you are nothing until you are married.
In this part of the world, no, you're useless.
Oh, it's sad though.
I will believe it, but you see, society will not change. I know we need to speak about it, but society will change. So I say, live in spite of the bias. As for the bias to be there, sometimes even your family members will be the ones to not encourage you. But you see, you need to. That's why I say, Afi, have a strong support net system. Don't be alone. Like it's your friend, for example. Don't be alone. Because at the end of the day, if when you need help, sometimes some friends are even more relevant than your family.
Exactly. True.
You see, they feel for you more. They want to help you more. And I can say that it's one of my life testimonies. Most of the people that have helped me is not family. I have some members of family that have been there, but most of the people that help me are not blood related to me. You know, and it's key for every woman to ensure that, listen, take it easy. Marriage is beautiful. It's a blessing. God gave it as a blessing, but He also has His own challenges that you need to muscle to carry, to keep going. But don't let you not being married become and settle for less.
Just anything.
Oh, anything. Oh, Charlie Bibia. Oh, you don't worry. Things will find its level. Let me just get married. We'll be fine.
My friend, I won't cut you. One of my friends was like, "Only guy be call out now say, oh no cry, and ye be being poor, in no cry, and no sa guy in fatano." So you know this, and now you are in the relationship, like say, no children who be, say, and ye be beer, and can make a so bad, but because of desperation, so she has accepted it. At least Rebecca's also a boy.
But so you see why I said I'm married this end before it starts. Wow.
Yeah. Inti we obi nipa ni say eka say o ware wa ube agree knowing one kasa you know the truth. Wa will say nipa na mfata o. Enye bibi ntia. Nka wo kan ya o.
What does she mean by meaning that what she's richer than him or
I don't know. Maybe in Subanya, I have no idea. But that was what she said.
Wow.
I mean, I can't
lie to myself.
Yeah, I also don't know how to pretend. Charlie.
I can't. If I don't even want you near me. I don't want you near me. You know, but I think women need to stop settling. Don't settle. If nothing will happen to you. I mean, you can be useful whether you're married or not.
Yeah.
You're a human being. Yeah. You're a woman first. God Himself will lead you to meet your purpose partner. That's what I don't say like I say purpose
forget
partner.
What society will say. Hey, whatever you do, be
happily married.
Bad.
Let the children be good in society. They will talk.
And how long would they talk about it? Obi dia beba na yeja odi no. 1 week, 2 weeks.
You can say that.
Oh, by 1 month, they account
everybody has forgotten. And Ghanaians talk a lot.
Another one will come. So my sister, chill, enjoy your life.
Oh my God! But you're really doing well. Your NGOs. I mean, I think kudos to you. And I think that any woman who, sometimes to women will say, "Oh, I don't have a purpose. I don't know what I'm supposed to do." Help somebody out.
Yeah.
You know, when you do that, you also help yourself.
Yeah.
You know, when you go through things and help somebody, it's also helping you.
It's fulfilling.
It's fulfilling. Very fulfilling.
Because I'll be going through a lot, but I'll be out there.
Nobody can even tell. Everybody thinks that Afi is living the best life ever. It will be true, but then nobody sees the fire. You know, nobody.
Sometimes it's crazy. I can't talk about it.
Of course.
I'm going through a lot. Be in the hospital, battling my own stuff. you know, and at that same time I have women empowerment in Cape Coast to attend. I'll leave the hospital, I have to be there. She said
nobody sees it.
It's not easy, but you know,
but it's because of what you love, what you do. This is the power and energy to do it. I mean, my dear, it's been an awesome one.
Yeah.